Well, I'm going to piggyback on a little bit of Jeff last week because he definitely hit a high point, and it is definitely getting a lot of attraction in most of the social platforms as well. So let's dive in a little bit more on some of these cuts that are coming as our new administration is sort of getting into the trenches a bit and trying to figure out their infrastructure and how they want to lay things out. Jeff was phenomenal last week talking about a lot of the downsizing that's going to come, particularly for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and what that may mean as future impacts for us in particular, but medicine and general health for American population. On April 1, they also eliminated the oral health division of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, no idea where that's going to go. That could just be part of a restructuring program where they put it somewhere else or have oral health as a subset of a different area of investigation and evaluation. So it's still a little too early to say, hair's on fire, sky is falling, all of those types of things as to whether or not this administration and the new Secretary of Health and Human Services will value oral health as we move forward into the next 4 years. But it has officially been announced that the oral health division will be eliminated from the CDC. So we'll continue to see how that plays out. Another follow up to a story that we brought to you because we are always on top of things. Just a few months ago, we were hopefully one of the first to let you know that Utah was one of the first states to start to look at banning fluoride in their water source. Well, that vote is now official. They have officially voted to move forward with removing fluoride from their municipal water supplies. How long or how slow of a process that will be, I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll continue to watch that move forward. I do think that there is continued momentum from the federal level as well to take that down to the states to allow them to make that decision and to no longer recommend fluoride in the water supply for American citizens. We'll see how that continues to move forward. But we do now at least have the first state on record that will be removing it from their water supply. Another hot, contentious topic for the week. We've talked a lot about access to care. We've talked a lot about staffing shortages, and many states have come up with different solutions to try to deal with hygiene shortage, assistant shortage, doctor shortage, etc. So Arizona is now coming online as one of the latest to offer a new alternative called the oral preventive assistant. They will be allowed to do scaling within the assistant designation outside of dental hygiene. These are expanded function dentists who will provide dental care services to patients under direct supervision of a dentist now or a dental hygienist. So that's kind of an interesting concept, right? They can include removing plaque, calculus stain with scalers, ultrasonic devices. They have to have already seen a dentist or a dental hygienist for their initial evaluation and diagnosis. So they have to already be in your recare system. They can practice a periodontally healthy patients. They're not going to be doing deep subgingival scaling or complex scaling root planing patients. They're not going to be doing that. But healthy prophy patients, stable perio maintenance patients could fall within the oral preventive assistant designation. So we'll see how this will go. They have to have 120 hours of didactic and clinical instruction with patients. So this just isn't like a stamp and now they can go forward with doing that. They have to go through a board-approved preventive assisting program to get this next tier licensure. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate, maybe provide two different perspectives on this. Number one is a practicing dentist who can also concur with the challenges of finding staff for a myriad of positions that you may have available in your office. I like that Arizona is trying to come up with a solution. I like that they're trying to find a way to continue to help put patients under care, that we can at least try to deal with the access to care problem if doctors are unable to provide or fill empty positions within their office. What I also like about this program, and I'm sure this will be contentious and may get me a lot of hate mail, I love watching an opportunity for dental assistants to have upward mobility within their dental assisting paradigm. without having to leave dental assisting altogether and going to hygiene school. I know I had a lot of phenomenal dental assistants that we sort of cap at a certain point of allowing them to do certain procedures because legally that's all they're allowed to do. Yet they are qualified and competent. And I would love to provide them that advancement in their career. And this could be the next step for them to have a higher income potential, but also just expand their function and be able to be more of service to their practice. So I do like that. I can totally appreciate it from a dental hygiene perspective. I feel the same way about dental health aid therapists and these mid level providers as dental hygiene probably feels about these oral preventive assistants. Where is that fine line? How do we negotiate that? How do we ensure that they're taking the same high level of care of their patients that dental hygienists and dentists are taking of theirs? Don't know yet. The proof is in the pudding on how this will look in a few years. I can tell you that Alabama has been running a similar program for quite some time. This is not new in the world of dentistry. An incredibly successful program, actually, that is now becoming uh, kind of a model program, I think, for a lot of states to look at. So just know it's an opportunity to at least have an open dialogue about how we're going to solve some of the staffing and access to care issues. The last thing on our docket to discuss today is that a dentist out of Kansas has filed an antitrust lawsuit. I just love these. I see tons of news all day long about dentists doing dumb stuff. You could almost run a TMZ show all week long on dentists doing dumb stuff. And I don't like talking about dentists doing dumb stuff because I am self aware enough to know that I could very much be the headline of a news story at some point and at some time. I like to focus in on dentists trying to make change. And this dentist out of Kansas has filed a lawsuit against Zealous Healthcare, United Health Group, including Elevance Health, Aetna, and Cigna. Dr. Dennis Ayer has filed this suit with an antitrust of conspiracy for uh, controlling fees and trying to price fix against out of network payments to dental providers. I don't know what the outcome will be, but I love dentists that are trying to at least progress the profession forward and try to make it a fair playing field for us as business owners against the large insurance companies that have been lobbying against us for a very long time. So go get them, Dr. Ayers. And if we can be of support for your cause in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. And with that, that's the news.